Hey guys, this is Kathy at the Raw Food Muscle. Today I'm going to show you how we do our sprouting. A couple people have requested it, so I thought I'd show you. We're at my mom's house, and I'm doing it here because, let me tell you, it's much cleaner than our house. So I figured, good time to do it. Okay? So today we're going to sprout, I'm going to show sprouts of alfalfa, sunflower seeds, and buckwheat grouse. And the only thing you're going to need to do is get some nice clean water. You can either use if you have a Brita water filter thing, or at our house we have a house filtration system, so we just use it straight out of the faucet. My mom doesn't, so I boiled some water and I let it cool completely, and then I put it in the pitcher so I can use it easier. Or if you want to use bottled water, it's up to you. It's cheaper just boiling it, but better than tap water, because tap water has chlorine and it has fluoride and all the stuff that you don't want in it. So, okay, I have alfalfa sprouts. This is about a tablespoon. It's going to get humongous in here. It's going to fill this whole container. So, if you're one person, you want to go between probably like a teaspoon to a tablespoon. That's as much as you want. They're very tiny, but this will expand to the whole ball jar. So for this one, I usually rinse all of my seeds, but these are so tiny that all I do is just stick water in them. And then I'm going to cover them with these. I have these plastic mesh tops. There's different things you can use. I think they also have mesh, I guess the metal mesh kind that you can stick underneath a ring. You can use that, or you can use, I've seen people use like stockings. They've cut stockings out and use that. So I'm just going to swirl it around and make sure all of the seeds are well coated in water. And then I'm just going to let it sit overnight. So next I have organic raw sunflower seeds. So I'm just going to pour some water in here again. And I'm going to put the top on. Oh, I see a floating. See, sometimes you get the floating shells in there, so you want to take that out. Then I'm going to close this up, and I'm going to swirl it around. Okay? And you can see, once it starts to separate, see how dirty that water is? You don't want that soaking in there like that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to dump out that water. And then I'm going to do it one more time. So you want to get it as clean as possible. Let me stick a little bit more water. Stick it on there. Swirly, swirly. And get it as clean as you can. If you want to run it till it goes completely clear, that's perfect. These are organic, so they're not going to be super dirty, but they will have dirt on them. God made dirt. Dirt don't hurt, right? So.
Depends on who you talk to.
That's true. Yeah, that's true. That, and if you got our neighbor's dogs around.
Ain't no 5-second rule on that one.
That's right. That is so right. So I'm going to stick water in there again, and I'm just going to make sure all of my sunflower seeds are under the water. Done. I'm just going to let that sit overnight. Next is the buckwheat grouse. These I'm just going to kind of pour water over and just kind of swirl it around and do it again. Okay. And this buckwheat grouse I like to do in these mesh containers, colanders, because it's just so much easier. And then I'll just pour water, because when you're soaking these things, I'm going to actually pour more water in here in a little while, but for now that'll work. But you definitely want it a little bit higher because these will expand. So I'm just going to make sure that all the grouts are underneath the water. I'm going to pour probably a little bit more water up to here in it. I may just get some bottled water and throw it on top. And then I'm just going to let it soak overnight. And then, see, once you come back in the morning, it'll be so easy to just lift this thing out and boom, you're done. And then you rinse them all. So that's it for tonight. Tomorrow I'll show you the second step. See you in a minute. Alright guys, it's day 2. It's in the morning time. And I'm going to show you how it has been going. Okay, so we got the alfalfa, and they've actually plumped up and actually started to sprout already. I don't know, you really probably can't see it with the camera, but there's little tails on them already. So what I'm going to do is swish it around a little bit, and I am going to dump the water out, just like that. Okay, and then I'm going to pour some water in again over top of the mesh. I don't feel like taking it off, so I'm just going to do it like this. It doesn't all get in, but it's okay. I'm just going to clean it again and rinse it out. As you can tell, my kids are up. Last night they were sleeping, so it was nice and quiet. Okay, so that's all you do, and you just let it sit. I just have my nice Mickey Mouse plate. And, I mean, you just set it on the counter if you want, or put it under, I usually put it on, like, some kind of plate so it raises it up so it can breathe, air can get in there. And, it's a little tilted, so all the extra water will drain out. And then you just let it sit there, and then at nighttime, you're going to do the same thing. You're just going to rinse it, swish it around, and dump it out, and put it upside down. And you're going to do this for, like, several days, because these are going to grow and grow and grow and grow. And here are the sunflower seeds. Same thing. And dump the water out. Put new water in to rinse them. Hopefully someone's getting in there. Yeah. Alright. I'm going to just mix it around and drain it. And you can do this several times to this one, but I'm just going to do it once for the camera. And that's it. I'm going to let this sit too. Upside down, a little bit at an angle. And again, I'm going to rinse that again later tonight. Okay, so until it sprouts. Every morning and every night. Now, we have the buckwheat. Look at all that gooey water. Excuse me. See all that gooey? It's kind of gross. So, and the water's also pinkish. So we've got to dump that out. Usually when I'm at home, I usually just spray it down with my sprayer. But again, my mom doesn't have good water. So I'm just going to fill this bowl up with water. And I'm going to mix it around to rinse it off. And then I'm going to do it again. So I'm going to do it probably 2 times if I think it needs it. But you really want to make sure, because usually when I'm doing cereal, there's a whole lot. I mean, there's like this much. So you really need to get all the way underneath of that buckwheat to get all of the gooiness out. Okay? And I think that's okay. That comes pretty clear. So, and then for the buckwheat, I'm just going to let it sit. That's it. And buckwheat you can do 2 times. You can do it 2 times a day or 3 times. It just depends on how much you have. Like this, I'll probably only do 2 times. So I've already done it once, and I'm going to, in the evening, I'm going to do it one more time. I'm just going to rinse it. All you're doing is rinsing them now. You don't have to soak them anymore. You're just rinsing them and let them do their thing. You don't have to mess with them. So if you're going to work, you just rinse them in the morning, let it sit all day when you're at work, and then rinse it at night before you go to bed, or whatever, before dinner, whatever you do. And just let it sit and sprout, and that's it. It's very simple. You don't have to make it all, it's not rocket science. Although mung beans I have not had success with, so that to me is rocket science. But other than that, that's all you do. So we'll see you on day 3.